Have you thought about going to the beach this summer or this fall? Well, today I'm going to talk about Gulf Shores and our favorite things to do there. This trip, we actually went with some extended family. So we stayed in a larger condo than what we normally stay in. It had 4 bedrooms and it was beautiful. It had some of the best views I think we have had yet. I have not been disappointed with any of the places that we have stayed, but this was definitely one of my favorite. Here, let me show it to you. When you come in, there is a bedroom right there on the left that had 2 queen beds. And then down the hall here, there is another bedroom with 2 queen beds, and then it has a connecting bathroom, so like a Jack and Jill situation here. And they both had views of the ocean out that window, or both their windows. Right across here, we had 2 queen beds, and this window is just a view of the hallway, so it did not have a good view. And then there's a bathroom that also connects to that room, but it's also the bathroom for the main area. And then it had a huge kitchen here. Very nice. Everything you would need was in the kitchen. And then these wraparound windows, they were wonderful. Everywhere you sat, you could see water. And then to the side there was the master bedroom there off of the living room. And I don't know why I didn't get that in the filming, but for some reason I stopped filming. Someone must have been in there, or some reason I couldn't get in there. But it also had a view of the water and a door out to the balcony and its own bathroom. That condo was with Brett Robinson there in Gulf Shores, and they just have a website that you can go to book, and they have all the Phoenix buildings. If you've been to Gulf Shores, you know there's like a ton of Phoenix buildings. Phoenix 1, 2, 3, 4, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach. I believe it was Phoenix Gulf Shores is the building that we were in, and it was great. It was easy. It was more like a hotel than staying like at an Airbnb. They had an actual like office that you checked in at, and they had like a workout room, and of course I think the others had a workout room too, we just didn't use it, but it definitely was set up more like a hotel and a little bit less like you actually are staying at someone's house. So if you like that, this would be a good company to look into. Now, for activities, obviously our number one activity is the beach. We spend the majority of our time just sitting on the beach, playing in the sand, in the water. We love it. But if we decide to leave the beach, here are some of the places that we'd like to go. Right across the main little like beach entrance area is Wade Ward Park, I think is what it's called. And this last trip, a lot of stuff was still under repairs from a hurricane that had come through, so we were not able to do everything that we normally do. So I won't have pictures and videos from everything, but I'll try and insert some when I can. But Wade Ward Park is almost a guarantee spot to see an alligator. Almost every single time, and it's usually close enough to where we're staying, we can just walk over there and we just walk on the little, it's a raised like deck type trail that kind of goes through like this swampy like area. And almost every single time we will see an alligator. So that's a great place to go if you want to spot an alligator in the wild. Another really nice place to go is Gulf State Park. We like to go out on the pier, and we almost always see shark out on the pier. We've seen a sea turtle, jellyfish, like the really big jellyfish. Obviously you'll see lots of fish because people are fishing. I'm trying to think of what else. You never know. Oh, dolphin. Yeah, we've seen dolphin out on the pier. You just never know. There's always a lot of different wildlife to see. I guess it gets you just far enough out into the actual water to see a lot more wildlife than you see when you're like right up on the shoreline. Stingray, that's another thing that we have seen. They also have, just a little bit further down from the pier, biking and walking trails, and there are tons of them. We've only gone on like a small portion, but they have a lot of neat scenery to see, a lot of pretty views. I know people who have seen alligators on this. We have not, but we did see eagles. they have a trail that actually takes you to an eagle's nesting spot, and you can see the eagles there in their nest, and it's just really neat. Now, everything that I have mentioned so far is either free or practically free, like super cheap. I think the pier is like, maybe it was like $6, because I think the kids are free and it's $3 an adult. And the one place, it had like a parking fee there at the pier or the state park, but it was also not very much money. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty cheap or inexpensive or free. The Wade Park is free. Now, if you want to spend some money, we actually don't even have to for this next one. We love to go to this souvenir shop called Souvenir City, and it is right there at the end of the main road before you go onto the Coastal Drive road there, and it has a big shark entrance, and you walk through the shark's mouth to go into the store. We go there every single time. The kids think it's super fun. I grew up going there, so I guess it's just nostalgia for me. I enjoy going there too. But that is where we get our souvenirs, and it's fun just to look around even if you don't actually want to spend any money. They just have a little bit of everything. I mean, so many things to look at. You could spend hours in there. But it's a fun store to go to, and just a fun outside, just everything about it just feels very vacation-y. Another thing that you can do that requires you to spend a little bit more money, but I don't remember it being very much, but it's been about 2 years since we went, so I can't quite remember the price, is Fort Morgan. It is an old fort that they just use to defend the coast there, and it's really neat to look around. It has a lot of historical things. You can do a lot of reading, and the kids enjoyed it, but me and my husband as history buffs, we really enjoyed it. So that is also a fun thing to do, is go down to Fort Morgan and explore the ruins there of the old fort. And then if we're talking about history, this is not actually in Gulf Shores. It's just a little bit further north in Mobile. So you might want to hit this on your way down. We actually went to it on our way out of town. Or you could go up for the day and then go back. It's not that far, maybe 40 minutes, but is the USS Alabama. And it is an old battleship from World War II, and it is very fascinating to get to tour and look over. And again, there's a ton there. You could easily spend several hours there looking at all over. And the kids liked it, we liked it. It's definitely something everyone likes. It does have a ton of stairs, because I mean, it's a battleship from World War II. So like, it's not like stairs. I mean, it's more like ladders up and down, several flights. So if you have really little children, it can be a little challenging. All of our kids were able to do it with our assistants. Our youngest is 3. But if you had a baby that you actually have to carry, I don't know that it would be the best, because it would be really challenging to carry a baby and go up and down those ladders. Like, you could do it, but it would be very challenging. And they're narrow enough that I don't know that you can necessarily just wear them either. Unless they're teeny tiny and you wear them like in a little ring sling, you could probably do that. But if they're like in that in between, like 1-ish stage, 1 to 2, and still need a lot of help, may not be the best time to go. You might want to wait till they're a little older. But I don't know, you could always make it work, but it would be a bit challenging, because I was just thinking, I'm really glad that all of our kids are pretty mobile on their own and don't need that much assistance, because this would be challenging. But that is another really fun thing to do, and yeah, we loved it. All right, our favorite restaurant is Sea and Suds, and it is right on the beach. You actually have to park across the road and you walk over out onto the beach, and it is a restaurant kind of like up on like stilts out there on the beach. So you get some really great views of the water. It's beautiful just to sit and look around. The restaurant's very laid back, low key fish place, but there's not much going on there. I mean, you're just sitting and eating, but they have excellent food, very, very good. I wouldn't say it's the cheapest restaurant in the world, but it also is not crazy expensive. It's more probably just what you kind of expect to pay in a tourist town at a restaurant, and it's very good food. So we actually ate there multiple times this last trip, and the last few times we usually hit there at least once. It's just a really good restaurant and we enjoy it. Some other things that you could look into doing is something out on the water. They have dolphin cruises, which we did once, and that is fun, but it has been several years, so I feel like I can't really give you a very good review on it right now. But the dolphin cruise, it basically just takes you out in the Intercoastal Way or in the Bay Area, and they look for dolphins, and you hopefully see dolphins, which we saw dolphins, but we also can see them just out on the pier. So I don't know that I really saw them that much better than I did on the pier, but it probably just depends on the cruise you're on, because, you know, they're wild animals and no one can kind of control that. But they're the dolphin cruises. You can rent a boat for the day. You can go like parasailing. There's like jet skis. There's all, I mean, it's on the water. So there's all kinds of water activities. We have not personally done any of those, but they are all down there. Any of it you want to do, you can find someone that does it, and I am sure they're all great. We are just happy sitting on the beach and just playing in the water right there. I have no need to go out further. So yeah, those just aren't really our thing, but they are there if that is your thing. All right, just a few other things that are things we don't personally do, but I thought I'd mention that are there, is a little bit further inland. There is a water park. There's a small little amusement park. They have putt-putt. There's like Pirate Cove putt-putt. They have a Lambert's Cafe, which if you don't know what Lambert's is, it's the home of the throw rolls. It's a home cooking, and they throw rolls through their restaurant, and it's kind of an interactive dining experience. Some people love it, some people don't. I don't know, but it's there. And the track, like go-karts, those are all things that are there a little bit further inland, more so in probably, I think their addresses might technically be Foley, at least some of them. Some of them are Gulf Shores, but Foley, Alabama. So there is all of that if you also wanted to do any of that stuff. I hope you guys have fun if you plan to go to the beach and maybe look into Gulf Shores as an option. It's a great little small town beach. It feels very cozy and hometownish. It doesn't feel very commercialized or touristy. I mean, it has the tourist side to it, but overall, it kind of feels like somewhere that you could live, like you actually live there. So we love it. It's great, and I hope you guys all have fun at the beach. By the way, if you enjoy these videos, please be sure to subscribe and hit the like button, and I will see you all soon. Thank you. Bye.